Hi everybody, it's Carol with Refunction Crafts, and I just wanted to let you know this is another tutorial coming to you from my craft room, and this is what we're going to be making today. Both of these little embellishments, it's not a pin or anything, although I could easily turn these into gorgeous brooches. This is what we're going to make today, so I hope you guys will stick by and watch the entire video and see how it was done, and we're just going to have a great time today. So if I could, I'm going to ask you to give it a thumbs up, give it a like, give it a share. Share it with your friends and family. That would be helpful to me to kind of grow my audience. I'm looking to get as many subscribers over the next month or so as I possibly can. And I appreciate each and every one of you for your comments and your thumbs ups and everything, you guys. And please don't forget to hit the subscribe button and smash the bell so that you get notified when I make new videos. So anyway, these are what we're going to be making today, you guys. Look at how gorgeous that is. And that. And we're going to get started right now. Today I'm going to do a video on sort of how I resined these flowers. These are paper roses that I resined to use in some crafting projects. And I just want to show you how I did that and how I intend to use some of them. I'm going to actually create some pieces that can be used on my projects. So but what I did want to tell you is I got some stuff from my friend Susie in the mail, and she sent me, for my 3D projects, she sent me some foam double-sided tape pieces in different shapes. I got squares, I got circles, and I got a roll of the foam tape. So thank you, Susie. I really, really appreciate that. And you know these will get used. So now I've got lots of foam tape to use on my projects, and hopefully I won't run out. But thank you, Susie. And how sweet it was of you to send that nice note. And I'm gonna read this note that she attached to it. And this came from Amazon, but she put a note in there. It says, "Remember, God gives us the strength to tackle whatever the world sends our way, so don't worry about tomorrow, just enjoy today. From hugs from your friend Susie." So I thought that was very, very sweet of her to include that in with this. She says, just because I wasn't sure what size would work. Thank you, Susie. And just remember, we can always cut them up and cut them into shapes and all that stuff too. And then also, she had asked a question with regard to UV resin, will it stick to plastic containers? And it will, but you have to sand them first. You just have to give them a rough sanding, and then you can stick resin items onto them. I have done it, but you don't want to just stick them down right onto the plastic because it could come up easily that way. So yeah, you can use plastic. So whatever containers you want to use to make your 3D people or your 3D projects, just make sure that if it's a plastic surface that you sand it down. Same thing really with anything metal or even wood. It's all going to come out better if you sand it first and give it that roughness before you put resin on it, or resin anything to it, I should say. So thank you, Susie. I appreciate that so very much. You're so kind, and I will be using those. You can bet on that. So anyway, I took some of my flowers out. These are the two that I've already resined, and you can see, okay, this one looked like this. Now there's
a reason you would want it to stay looking like this, and there's a reason why you would want to resin it and have it look like this. You can see with the resin on there, it takes part of the whiteness out of the rose. And that's okay, it just looks more of a kind of an off-white color. And then this one is the same as this rose. And you can see the difference between the two of them. This came out gorgeous, you guys. And this is what you would get if you just use the paper rose. And it's beautiful too. And I have a bunch of these, so I'm going to use a couple of them to resin. And I'm also going to keep a good supply of my paper roses that Debbie sent me. And there's a couple of blue ones. And I took those out because I had a couple of blue, embellishments that I thought might go nicely with the blue roses. So I did take some blue ones out too. So the super easy to do. I'm going to show you how we resin these. And I think for now, I might just go ahead and resin these blue ones. And I wanted to resin one white one, I think. Yes. So really all I'm going to do is I've got my little brush here. I'm going to take and I'm going to squeeze from the bottle, you guys. I want some of this resin to go down into these. I'm just squeezing it, and I'm using my BS resin. Maybe it's B's resin, I don't know, but it says BS resin, so that's what I call it. Debbie thinks it's supposed to be B's resin, and she may be completely right on that, but I just call it BS resin. I don't know why they would call it that. It's kind of a quirky name if they did, but oh well. So let's get into this blue one. Now this blue one looks like it's going to turn out really gorgeous. And I also add it to the leaves. It darkens the leaves a bit, but it makes them look so pretty and a little bit more realistic actually on the leaves if you add the resin to them. So I'm adding a little bit there. Now I'm just going to put my bottle aside, and I'm going to take my brush here. And I'm going to brush inside here. I'm going to try and get it so that it's not dripping all over the place. And I'm actually going to brush the bottoms of these flowers because I want the resin to soak completely through. So, and I'm leaving the metal wires on these to try and make it a little easier to hold on to them. It's not that easy, but it does help. So I'm just going inside all of these little crevices here, and I'm brushing it down into this middle section too because I don't want a bunch of gloppy resin sitting on the tops of these flowers. If you just pour it over and you just leave it, it's going to look gloppy, and it's not going to look finished. It's not going to look right. It won't be as pretty. I'll tell you that for sure. You don't want to see a whole bunch of glops inside your flower. So, there we go. We've got that one all nicely brushed. And you can see it's quite a bit darker with the resin on it than it is without it. Now this blue really is pretty. I'm very pleased with the color that it is now. We'll see what it looks like. I'm putting it under the lamp for 5 minutes, and I'm going to do this other blue flower next, and then I'm going to do the white one, and then we will be using these two that I've already got done. So again, I'm just kind of going around and adding resin where I know I can just kind of brush it all in. Get a little bit on those leaves there, a little bit on the back, because I want the back of those rose petals as well to get resined. Okay, and I think I can go from here with my brush. My brush already has a little bit of resin on it because I was using it to resin some other stuff earlier, so it's already got resin on it, so that helps too. It's nice and soft and pliable and all that good stuff. So it's getting in there in between these petals really well. And if there's any spots that you see like after the fact that you missed, you can just brush over those after you pull this out of the lamp if you want it to be more covered. If you didn't quite get it all done, that's okay. You can fix that. And those are my leaves. I'm going to get up on the tops of those leaves. And I think I got that pretty good. I see some. You can kind of see where it's like whiter in the middle, where you might want to brush it a little bit deeper. So just get a good look at it under your lights. And just make sure you know that you got everything brushed that you could see. Again, if you missed a couple spots, no worries. And it's going under the lamp. And now I'm going to do this white one, and I don't have the wire on this white one. So I'm going to have to just sort of hold on to it. And I'm going to try not to overdo it with this, because I know these little ones tend to get gloppy looking because the petals are closer together and stuff. So they can look a little gloppy a lot easier than those bigger ones do. Okay, so now I'm just going to take my brush, get in there, and brush it around. Okay, and I think I'll just kind of hold the outside there and kind of try and get underneath here. And get the undercarriage brushed as well. Didn't get a lot of resin on the bottom, but that's okay. I was really trying to make sure I just didn't get too much on this one. But I think I got it all covered, so there's your little white one. And yes, it's not as white as it was before, but that's okay. I'll put my brush aside and get my wipe here. And wipe the excess resin off my fingers here. And get that out of the way so that it doesn't cure inside the bottle. So I'm going to flip these upside down now. Well, not the white one, but I'm going to set it back to 5 minutes again. So while we're waiting on that, we're going to work with these. And I'm going to show you sort of what I'm sort of planning on doing with these. I cut these out of some lace that Sherry sent me. And I love this piece here. And this is my lace, my favorite lace of all the laces she has sent me. This is my favorite because there's lots of sequins and pearls and beads and all that beautiful, beautiful stuff that I love so much. And so I have enjoyed this lace so much. And I'm going to try and figure out how I want this to be. I think I'm going to go something like that. Where do I want to go? Like that. Yeah, we're going to go like that. So, here's the thing. I've got this on my pad here. And I'm gonna do this all right on top of my pad so that I can just move my lamp like over the top of this like I did the other ones that I made, and it will work nicely. I don't know if I'm going to use a piece of that or not. I was thinking about taking a piece of this lace as well and sort of pushing it under there as just an extra layer of laciness. Just something to kind of come out like that. I think I'm going to leave it there. Why not? And then maybe one more of those flowers there. Okay, and then I'm going to take some of my rhinestones. I mean, you're going to see how beautiful you can make just the most exquisite looking embellishments just using your imagination and throwing a few really great bits and pieces together. These are some rhinestones off of my rhinestone chain. I had some of this that I had gotten from Robin, and I had to buy some more because I ran out. So I did buy some more. And I want to say thank you to Robin for all of the great stuff she has sent me, and I've been using. It has been so much fun, and I appreciate everything she has done for me to give me great projects to work on. So thank you, Robin. I hope you're doing well. I haven't talked with you in a little bit, and I know I've been a little bit scarce myself. My comments, if you guys have not gotten comments back from me on YouTube, it's just because my brain has been concentrating on some other things right now, and I will do better. I honestly will do better, but I'm going to have my moments right now where I just, it's all I can do to do the videos, let alone doing a lot of comments and things. So I'm sorry for that, you guys, if you haven't heard back from me, but you will. I will make responses to your requests and your questions and things like that. Just might take me a little bit of time. So I'm just looking to see kind of what these pieces Deanna gave me, and I love them because I've got a bunch of them. They came off some jewelry. She cut it up and she gave me part of it and she kept part of it. And I love these pieces, because especially pieces like this, because it can come off and sort of gives the effect of like leaves. And I love that. I'm going to put this right there. This right here. I'm just trying to see kind of where I want everything to come out at. And that I want to kind of go up like that. And then what was I looking at? Oh, this. Look at that. Look at that, you guys. Oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And then I definitely want this in there. Just trying to figure out where I kind of want everything to be placed, that's all. I want them to be seen, though. This needs to kind of slide under a little bit, like that. Something like that. And once we start getting everything kind of set down with the resin, we'll have a better idea of, you know, what it's going to look like. I think that piece I'll just put right there. We're going to start from the bottom, the underneath side. I think I'm going to put this one here. And honestly, I'm starting to think, let me lay this down a second. I think I want this to come out this side. Maybe like that. So we'll just go like that. These pieces won't go in until after I get other stuff down, because those are just going to kind of come out the edges. This should be okay to go down now. No, you know what? I think I'm going to wait on that too. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to take some of our UV resin and let's pop that in right there. Okay, and I'm just going to do what I do. I'm going to drizzle, drizzle, drizzle and let it just go right down to my pad there because it's not going to stick to it. And I'm just kind of getting some resin on the edges of those rhinestones on that one so that it can drizzle down. We're going to grab our top of our lamp and we're going to put that over it for just a few minutes, or a few seconds, I should say. And here are our resined flowers. Now this one is not shiny, so I am going to have to add more resin. This is a thicker paper than these are, so it's just kind of soaked into the paper. So the next layer will make it shiny. So, but look at those blue ones. Aren't they beautiful, you guys? Oh my goodness, they're so beautiful. Whoopsies. They are so gorgeous. Look at that. So I'm going to set those to the side. And that should be good enough for that at this point. And see? Okay, so this I didn't put onto that. So now I just need to, that's what you got to do. You got to check it in between and make sure that you got everything touching and so that it's all going to stay together. I mean, you can always go underneath at the end and do a layer of resin underneath so that everything kind of sticks the way you want it. Just a minute here. We don't have to put it on too long because we are going to be putting this lamp over it several times. And there we go. So that's all stuck together and you can see nothing is stuck to my pad. You guys have to have one of these. They are amazing. Actually, I'm going to flip this over and let the back side get a little bit resined. This is what's happening to me, you guys. My brain is forgetting things all of a sudden, and I'm not going to lie, that scares me a little bit. But it could also very well be that I'm just anxious and anxiety is causing my mind to slow down a little bit. Okay, so I got the bottom side of this. It's all stuck together. That's what the bottom looks like. And you don't see anything that looks terrible or awful in there. It all looks like one little cohesive piece. Okay, and then we're going to take our two flowers. And I have a spot. This rose right here has a little black spot that got in there. And I'm going to try and cover that with one of the petals from the big rose, like that. There we go. So that's kind of how that's going to sit. So again, I'm going to take some of my resin and I'm just going to squeeze it out where I know this is touching that lace, and I'm going to put my lamp over it. Silicone mat. Okay, there it is. I just thought of it. I was going to look it up. It was driving me crazy, you guys. I was going to actually look it up because it was making me crazy that I could not think of what
This mat was. That is nuts. And I'm pretty sure it's just anxiety for me that's building up. I sure hope so, because the only alternative is something in my brain, and I don't like that thought at all. That is a little scary. Don't want to lose my mind, you guys. I really don't. And I'm just kind of making sure this is getting hit on the bottom side as well, so that that bottom resin gets cured. And back on top. I want to make sure those flowers really get settled in. Okay, so we've got our flowers on there, and you can see they stuck to the lace. And now we're going to add some more of our rhinestone bits and pieces here. We want those to get in there and look beautiful. So I like, I'm going to turn that one sideways a little bit, make it go long ways. There we go. That's perfect. And then, let's see, maybe we'll put this one sort of coming out from this flower. Or maybe in the middle. Let's see. I can't see. That's good right there for that. I'm just going to look at it this way. Feel like I can see more this way. And then I wanted to use this in here. Not there. Actually, I think this is a perfect spot for it. It seems to really settle in there very well. It's like it was made for it. Okay. I just want to see which parts of it I want sticking out. Just like that. Okay. And then ooh, that looks pretty just like that. And then maybe we'll pop this piece right off to the side of that. All right, try that again. I've got that shaky hand syndrome going on again. Put that there, and then I want one of these in here. I want it in the middle there. And I'm thinking I can pop that just between those two flowers, just like that. Yes. Yes. Oh, okay, I love it. I love it, you guys. Okay, so now we're just going to start putting down some resin, getting it in there, getting these pieces all attached to that lace, and we're just drizzling little drops of resin to go down in between these bits. And if a little glop goes down on the flower parts underneath, that's okay, because nobody's going to see that, right? And it covers the pearls, and then it kind of slides down over the top of them. I want to get a little bit right here on this lace. And push that back over. And let's get our lamp.
Can you guys see how beautiful this is? Oh my word. And I'm going to leave that under there for 5 minutes, you guys. I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, we are done. I've got them all hooked together. I got all the resin in there and cured the back side of them, everything. And that is how they came out, you guys. These are so darn pretty. What was I gonna do? Oh, I thought maybe I could find a little piece of something to set them on top of. Here's a piece of lace. Okay. So I will put one here and put one here. At least that looks better than my hand. And look at those beauties, you guys. Aren't they gorgeous? And I will put pictures on the back end for you. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video, because I sure enjoyed making it. I know I say that every time, but I just do love my crafting and bringing you guys along for the ride. And I hope you liked this video. Let me know if you'd like to see more of this kind of thing. Maybe you'd like to see me do some more embellishments, some different styles of embellishments. I mean, the sky's the limit, you guys. We can do so much with lace and beads, and I've got some beads that my friend Cecilia sent me, and I'm going to be doing some stuff with those. She sent me a ton of beads, you guys. So I'm going to try and make some stuff with those. I've used up almost all of my skewers already for the plant sticks, but I know where to get some more. So that's it, you guys. Thanks a lot. Stay safe, stay well, take care of yourselves, love your family. Give me some prayers, so that, you know what, miracles happen every day, guys. I'm hoping for a miracle. I'm praying for a miracle. And I know my prayer warriors will be out there praying for me as well. So I thank you all for your prayers and your well wishes and all of that good stuff. And I will see you in the next video. God bless all of you. Love you. Bye-bye.